Myself, Kirti Chandraul, Assistant Professor at Oriental College of Technology, Bhopal. In this session, we are going to talk about testing of concrete. What is concrete? We have studied in the last session. Concrete is the composition of cement, sand, and aggregate with water used in various kinds of constructions. In here, we have to study about test. So what test we have to perform? First of all, we are going to perform the material test. What are the materials used? Cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate. As well as we have to study about concrete test. Concrete tests are done in both the stages, hard concrete as well as fresh concrete. What are the tests required for the cement? For the cement, we have to do two types of tests. One is laboratory test, another one is field test. So what are the laboratory tests? Basic test of the laboratory is fineness test. Fineness test means we have to check here how fine cement is. As we know, cement should be like a talc. So there should be no impurities in it, no lumps in it. What we have to do, as per the Indian standard, we have to take a 90 micron sieve and 100 grams of cement. Pour the 100 gram of cement in the 90 micron sieve and sieve it properly. Then apply the formula. The dust particle, or we can say impurities, lumps, should not be more than 10%. If these are more than 10%, it means the cement is not of good quality. Next is consistency test, initial setting time, and final setting time. These tests are performed by VCAT apparatus. In this apparatus, we are having three needles, one for consistency, another one for initial setting time, and one for final setting time. Here, we make a paste of cement, put it in the mold of VCAT apparatus. We have to keep the needle on the top surface of the mold. Then we have to check when the penetration will stop. The moment the penetration will stop, that is its setting time. The initial setting time means when it will be hard. The cement will be hard. That is called initial. It will be set in the initial stage. For the Portland cement, the initial setting time is 30 minutes. We can say in the 30 minutes, the cement will start setting. What is final setting time? Final setting time means the cement settled properly and it is set and hardened. That is 10 hours. Next is specific gravity of cement, soundness test of cement. Soundness test of cement is done by Lee-Chatelier method. In this method, we have to make a paste and apply in the instrument. Then we have to go through the Indian standard procedure. After 24 hours, when the mold is immersed in the water, we have to check what is the change in its volume. If the change in the volume is more than 10 mm, means it will start bulging, because cement is used in mortar as well as in the concrete, and it is exposed to the atmosphere, often comes in contact with the water. If it comes with the contact with the water and it will change its volume more than 10 mm, means it may cause failure. That's why the cement volume should not be changed. That is a good property of cement. Apart from that, these are laboratory tests. Apart from that, we are having some physical tests also. Like we are standing in the field and we have to check whether the cement is of good quality or not. But we don't have any instrument, we don't have any laboratory. Then standing in the field, how can we say that cement is of good quality? There also we are having some physical tests. What are those? First of all, we have to check the cement bag. The cement bag should be ISI marked, as well as it should be of 50 kgs. Then when we'll open the cement bag, we have to check its color. It should be gray color. Put your hand inside, you'll get a cold feeling. The cement should be cold when you put your hand inside. Try to catch the cement from your palm. You cannot catch it because it is like a talc. You can't catch it in the palm. Take a pinch of cement in your fingers and rub it. If you're feeling like any impurities while rubbing, that cement is not good. So these are few cement tests in the field. When we don't have any laboratory, then also we can check whether the cement is good quality or not. Next is aggregate test. Aggregate means both the tests we are talking about, fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. First test is bulk density. specific gravity for both fine aggregate as well as coarse aggregate, fineness modulus for both fine aggregate and coarse aggregate, which is done by sieve analysis, abrasion test, impact value, and crushing. Abrasion test, impact value, and crushing, these three tests of aggregates are done mainly when we are going to construct a road, because these three tests gives us the wear and tear of the aggregate. Means when two aggregates are coming in contact, then there will be some rubbing in the outer surface. If it will rub, while rubbing there will be cracks, there will be breakage, wear and tear. If it is more than a limit, that quality of aggregate is not good. Abrasion test is done by Los Angeles method. Here we are having a drum in which we put 5 to 10 kgs of aggregate and 10 to 12 balls of iron. Then it is revolved around 500 rotations. In the rotation, all aggregates and the balls will come in contact to each other. It will cause wear and tear of the concrete. The wear and tear of the concrete should not be more than the Indian standard limitations. If it is more than that, then aggregate is not good quality. Impact test. Impact test is done when you're having a sudden load on the concrete. At that time, what wear and tear will be in concrete? How aggregate will react when a sudden load will come? Will it break down or its edges will break? That test we have to perform by impact value. These are few tests which we do for aggregate. Next is concrete testings. Concrete testings, we know we have to perform for two stages, that is fresh concrete and hardened concrete. Fresh concrete means when the concrete is freshly prepared. It is also called as green concrete. Means we have to check its workability. What is workability? Workability means the ease of work, how comfortable we are with concrete to go for the construction. If the water cement ratio is too large, means the water content is too more, that time the aggregate will be a little fluid type, so it will be very much uncomfortable to work with it. And if we'll apply less amount of water, the concrete will be very solid, dry, so that concrete also not good. Thus, for workability, water cement ratio is very important factor, because the water amount should be adequate enough for going to the construction. For finding workability, we are having few tests. First one, compaction factor test. The first figure which you are seeing blue color, that is compaction factor. Here we are having two hoppers and a cylinder. We grease all the three parts, then apply the concrete on the top hopper, open the shutter below the top. The concrete will fall down in the second hopper. Open the shutter of the second and the concrete will fall down in the cylindrical. Weigh it, apply the formula, you'll get the compaction factor value. Next is slum cone test. In the figure number 2, we can see there is a cone of 30 centimeter height, 20 centimeter bottom dia and 10 centimeter top dia. Here what we have to do, put the concrete in 3 layers, tamp it by the tampering rod of 25 blows, then suddenly take out the cone. If you will suddenly take out the cone, you can see there will be a fall down in the concrete, a sink in the concrete. What is the depth of sink? That is called its sump value. According to the sump value, Indian Standard Code Book has identified that where that particular kind of concrete can be used. It is given in the Indian Standard. Next is VB test. What is VB test? VB test means here we are having a cylinder with vibrator below that. Pour the concrete in the cylinder, switch on the time machine, switch on the stopwatch and the vibrator together, then check at what seconds, at what time the concrete will settle properly. That is called VB test. These 3 tests are performed to get its workability in the fresh concrete. Next is hardened concrete test. Here we are having 3 tests, that is compressive test, split tensile test and flexural test. For the compressive test, we have to prepare a mold of 150 by 150 by 150 In my last session, we have studied all about these molds, compressive and tensile. Here, you can see in the figure we are having that mold 150 by 150 by 150 mm. We have to keep it in the UTM machine, that is Universal Testing Machine. Apply the load. At what load the concrete will fail, starts the cracking. That load will be noted down and divided by the cross-sectional area will give the compressive strength of the particular concrete. The concrete should be 28 day of cure. That concrete we have to perform the test. Split tensile means here the mold will only change. What will be the mold size? Here will be having 150 mm dia mold and 300 mm height, which is kept horizontally and applied with the load. These are few tests which we have to perform for good concrete. The cement test, aggregate test and concrete test in both the stages, hard and fresh stage. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed the session. Thank you.